heart of the story is, it's really okay to be single. You don't have to be depressed. You don't have to be sad. You don't have to slit your wrists. You can just, embrace it and have fun and spend time with your friends. I think that's the heart of the story. And working with the actresses, look at them. They are like the most amazing actresses and comedy talents out there. So it was terrific.
What's the most fun scene to work on?
Oh, I really can't put that into a ranking because we have so many fun scenes. I always enjoyed the moments where the actresses started improvising because it was surprising for me, and so there are a lot of scenes in the movie that would rank as my favorite fun scenes.
Of course, the film's called How to Be Single. Is it a celebration of being single or a guide for how to get yourself out of being single?
No, it's absolutely a celebration of being single. Our movie is not about finding a guy. It's about, being happy with yourself. And if you find a guy along the way, that's fine. And some characters might, but not everybody. It's about being single. If you work with such talented and creative collaborators like them, it's great that everybody has ideas and everybody brings something to the table, and you can improv with them and you can, take the scenes and, lift them to a next level, which is absolutely awesome. Well, yeah, there was unexpected things every day, which was great, and I encouraged them to do that. I always said, okay, we film like 2 takes of the scripted version, and then surprise me and go for it, and they did.
I think her journey, I tried to bring a little bit of my own sort of thoughts to that character, which is like, I think there's kind of a codependent thing you can do where you get with a guy and you're like, I'll be a little bit like this for this guy and I'll be a little bit like that for that guy. And she sort of has to learn how to grow up and say to herself, I don't need to be anything for anybody. I just need to figure out who I am and be myself. And that I find that to be so compelling. And Dakota is so incredibly likable. And she does stuff in this movie that theoretically isn't likable, but it's what real women are doing today. You're having sex with people you shouldn't have sex with, and you're doing stupid stuff that you wish you hadn't done, and it doesn't make you a slut, it doesn't make you less than, it's like that can be part of your power. And I love that she brings this likability to a character who's doing really complicated things, because men have gotten to do that in movies forever, and women are, they're bitches or they're bad people if they try to do that stuff. So I'm really proud to put that message out there. Wouldn't we all be so happy if we had Rebel Wilson as a wingman? And by the way, in real life, I love her beyond all reason. She is so powerful and strong and professional, and she came to work every day totally ready with a million new ideas, and she brought so much to the table. Like, she is such a badass. And one of the things I wanted to pay tribute to in this movie is I have all these amazing female friends in my life. And I know I hate to use the word squad because it makes me seem old because it's like over, but still, it's like you have your female friends who truly love you, and I just wanted to celebrate that and say, sometimes your female friends, they can be the love of your life, It does upset me because I feel like if you think about all the great romances that you've ever seen, all the amazing movies where there's these meet cutes and the characters lock eyes or whatever, none of us would ever have that today because we're all staring at our phones. And so that's something that does make me really sad, because I even have had trouble making human connections in a time where it's like it all feels like it's here, and your phone feels like you're making connections with people, but it's your phone, dude. It's not anybody. It's not a person. So I do think it's a much harder time to do it, and it's also a harder time to genuinely have something that you can't just hang up on, because I have a lot of friends who go out on these dates and it's amazing and they've had a connection, and then the guy just never calls them again. Never does. It's swipe, 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 and that's kind of a hard thing, but hopefully there'll be a little backlash and we'll get back to something else. It's about finding self-love, and it's about figuring out who you really are, and that was my greatest challenge. I had a million boyfriends before I met my husband, and I was like, God, I'm going to be this version of myself for this guy because it seems to be the thing that works the best for him. And you can't sustain it because it's not really who you are. And life is too hard. It's going to put you through too much stuff. And you need to be able to be your full self to attract the right person to you. I put everything of myself into all of these ladies in this movie. There's some little piece of me or someone I know in every single one of these characters. I'm type A. I thought I had all my little boxes that I wanted to check off. And then I met my husband, and he didn't check off a single box. He was like, I love sports. And I was like, I'm a nerd. I want to listen to a podcast. And so, that's the Lucy character. She meets a guy who just totally didn't satisfy any of her requirements. Leslie Mann is a workaholic who's a little bit older and sort of forgot to have kids. And that was me, 100%. And then I had infertility that I had to deal with, and all these things I just didn't see coming. And I met a much younger guy, just like Jake Lacey. And he was like, I don't know, I just like you. And I was like, really? Why? So all of that is in the movie.
It's about being okay with the fact that you're single, if you are, and then if you're not, it's just like fun and like an enjoyable movie.
Beautiful dynamic on screen between you and Dakota. Can you talk about working with her and that relationship?
We just kind of fell in love with each other. She's a great girl, and I feel so lucky that I got to, spend time with her and work with her. She's so talented, and I just love her.